And this is Auntie. And I am here to do my review of 90 Day Fiancé, Season 8, Episode 3, God Bless This Mess. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family and hitting that subscribe button. If you have been here and you are looking at these reviews, hit that subscribe button and make sure that you hit the bell twice so that your notifications are turned on so that every time that I come on live, you are here with me. I know there's been a lot of people who have been indicating that they haven't been getting the notifications. So please make sure that if you're one of those people that you go back and you hit that subscribe button twice so that you can get all of my videos. To all of my nieces and nephews and my members who have been here with your auntie for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support throughout the year. If I don't get an opportunity to say it at the end because I'm cursing too much, happy holidays to everybody. So anyway, y'all, if I had to rate this episode of 90 Day Fiancé, I probably will rate it a B. I thought that it was a good episode. We got to meet another couple, and so I'm always happy when we're able to do that, and we're not looking at couples who have been on here forever and ever. Amen. So I would rate this episode a B. Let me know in the comments section what you would rate this particular episode, right? Okay, so let's get started. So the first couple that I want to talk about, God, it's so many. Let me think of who I would like to talk about first. First couple I want to talk about is Yara and Jovi. Okay, this couple is not going to work. I don't care if they got married or not. This particular couple, I don't see them working out. But anyway, as we know from last episode, we were introduced to her. She is one of these high maintenance chicks that believes that her way is the best way and the only way. And if you don't go by her way, which is the best way, you can hit the highway. I'm not really liking this chick, and for some reason I'm finding myself looking at these women, and it's obvious that they have only seen America through the lens of a camera, because when they get over here, they have this unrealistic expectation of what life is like in America. And when they get here, they have so many god daggone complaints till you just want to anyway. I do believe that they have an unrealistic expectation of America. So, of course, Yara is no different. She's over here, she's complaining about everything. This is the day that they're supposed to be going over to meet his mother. And when they had their conversation in last week's episode, she indicated that she did not want to spend the night. So he told her to get her pajama jams on and, take them off and put them in the suitcase because they're staying at the mother's house. He says that he lives in the bayou, and so he considers that to be swampland. I have never been in New Orleans, or Louisiana, so I don't really know what, what swampland means. I've never been to a bayou, and I've seen pictures of it, but I don't know. And so, she is unaware of what's going on. We always say that the Americans should do their research, but I think that they all should do their research as well to find out where they actually going and who they're going with, right? So anyway, she wants to wear, a suit and all of that. And he's like, no, we're not going to be doing that because we're just going to my mother's house just to hang out. It's not like you're going to a fine dining restaurant. And so, of course, they go out, they get to the mother's house, and so they meet Mama. Mama is in the kitchen and she is making up a stew. And I can't remember the name of it, but whatever it was, she told her that she needed to, be able to say it. And she said it, very well. And so the mother was impressed with her. And so, while they were in the kitchen, they were getting to know one another. And, he accepted a phone call, and he got a text message and he needed to make a phone call or at least talk to his job. And so in the meantime, in the between time, the mom and Yara are sitting there and they're having a conversation, just a general conversation at first. The mother says that, she is a very mild-mannered mom. She, doesn't really try to, cause a whole bunch of ruckus. But when it comes down to her son, she's going to be outspoken and she's going to say exactly what she wants to say about the relationship because she doesn't want her son to make a mistake or anything like that. And that's completely and totally understandable. This mother seems extremely reasonable about that. And you know what? I probably will be the same. Now, ain't no probably. I'll be the same way. And so, anyways, it's her intent to protect him and to make sure that he's okay. So after, after that, he comes back and he indicates that he may have to leave early. His original date was he was supposed to leave on the 28th of the month, and now his job has called him to tell him that he may have to leave a little earlier. And Yara is quite upset, which is understandable because, she was hoping that she would have some time to be with him because they only have 90 days in order for them to, get to know one another and to get married. So when they sit down at the table, the mother serves her up the stew. And at that time, Yara says that the stew was really good and everything. And the mother goes in and asks them, do they have any wedding plans? Yara indicates that, she doesn't have any wedding plans because she is, basically not wanting to have a really big wedding or anything because unfortunately her family cannot be there. And so his mother is disappointed by her saying that because she feels like, she should still have something because his grandparents want to be there. They want to see a ceremony or some type of wedding, something going on. And so, she's very persistent in this and she's like, no. So the mother continues to go into that dialogue with her. And after a while, the cameramen are showing us that she's, basically not saying anything else because she has no intention of allowing the mother to persuade her to do anything different than what it is that she wants to do. So the two of them go in the bedroom because it's the end of the night, and they decide that she decides she's going to be honest. She doesn't want to stay in the house with him and his mother, and she didn't appreciate the fact that the mother was asking her about the wedding. She said, when I told your mother no, damn it, it was no, and I'm not going to ever back off of what I said and what I believe to be true about this wedding. I'm not having a wedding. And you can see that Jovi is not really feeling it. Then she goes on to tell him that his mother's stew tastes like okay? And so he's like, what? And she's like, it wasn't good. He said, well, you said it was. She said, I was just trying to be nice to your mother. He appreciates the fact that she said that behind the mother's back and not, there at the table and everything. And I appreciate it too because his mother looked like she has the long hand of the arm and that she probably would have smacked the taste buds out of Yara's privileged, high sedity, ain't got ass, okay? So I'm just saying. I mean, some of these mamas you can play with, but I don't think that his mother is one of the mothers that you can play with because for the most part, the mother has been minding her business and doing what it is that she do with the whoop whoop and the boop boop boop, but she's not going to take no trash off of her. And usually that's how women like that are. They don't have a whole lot to say, but they got a whole lot that they can say. And I could see the mother snatching that tail up, okay? Like, for real. Don't play with Mama Do. The next person that I want to talk about is Tariq and Hazel. Tariq is about to pick up Hazel from the airport. She's coming to the United States for the first time. And he has made a decision that he is going to go and get a suit, okay, because she likes baby blue. So he has decided instead of buying her something baby blue, that he's going to dress up in baby blue. And so he gets one of his homegirls, best friends, to go with him to the shop. Now, I'm looking at Tariq and I'm saying he has all these professional black women around him, yet he's not attracted or interested in any of them. And I'm kind of like giving him the side eye because I'm like, if these women are good enough for you to have around you, they're your best friends and all of that, why haven't you found yourself attracted to them? Why did you feel like what the fuck is wrong with you that you feel like you have to go across the seven seas and not only date a girl in the Philippines, but you also dated a girl in Thailand that you and your girlfriend, you know, ended up having a relationship with. Like, I don't understand it. And so basically, the girlfriend, you know, is in there with him showing the suit, and her muff. Ooh, I almost said it. Her wig was like all the way back here. Like, and I'm just sitting up here saying, boo, like, create some edges, color some edges in, like, do something different, right? Because I'm like, why is your wig all the way in the back like that? But she was a cute, intelligent looking African American woman. Seemed like she had a lot going for her. She was overdressed for the scene though, because I mean, she straight looked like she was going to a church banquet, like the 16th anniversary of Bedside Baptist. I mean, I just couldn't understand why she had on all these ruffles and a fake Versace skirt and all of that kind of stuff. Like, she just was overdressed for the scene. All you doing is just going out here to pick up a powder blue suit. So anyway, Tariq is, you know, he's feeling some kind of way because he knows that he's had this relationship with Minty, and he has to tell Hazel that. In addition, she asked him whether or not he's going to be inviting Dean to the wedding. And so, of course, you know, him and Dean have fell out. They fell out because Dean, you know, really treated Hazel poorly when they went over there. And then Dean turned around and did the same exact thing, started dating a woman from the Philippines. And so Tariq is feeling some kind of way. He felt like, you know, Dean had disrespected him and all of that kind of stuff. As we all know, I believe that Dean is living currently in the Philippines, and I understand that his girlfriend is pregnant. So I don't know whether or not he's going to be on a spinoff show or anything like that. But we, you know, we'll all be sitting around with bated breath waiting to see what happens with Dean. But anyway, so Tariq, you know, has now had the conversation. He's going to the airport to pick up Hazel. He has blue flowers, and it looks like, you know, it's something that you put at a gravesite. But anyway, he, you know, greets her. You know, she's coming down the escalator. A man is in the way, and he's like, "Get out the way, move, move, move." And so, you know, she comes up and she tells, you know, she rides down the escalator, and she's just glowing, and she's happy because she's in America. And, you know, he greets her and he starts crying, and she asks him, is he crying? And I just thought it was a bit over the top. But anyway, you know, he was crying because he was so happy that she was there. And he keeps telling her repeatedly over and over and over again that she, you know, doesn't have to go back. Hazel indicates that she's happy to be there, but she is very sad that she's not going to be with her son. So they get to Tariq's house and everything. You know, she's looking at the houses and she says that they're big. Tariq indicates that, you know, Hazel was living in a household that was really small. He said in comparison to his home, he can take her home and put it in his garage. And so, you know, when they get to the house and everything, it's a big house, but it's junky than a up in there, okay? Like, straight up, dude. Like, you had oatmeal or cereal or something that was just sitting out on the countertop. One of the rooms was clean, like the little living room part was clean, but that kitchen was jacked up from it. Like that kitchen was towed up. And so Hazel, you know, wasn't really feeling it. She said that, you know, she was a bit uncomfortable being in a house that big, which is understandable. And so, you know, she, you know, is a little fearful and feeling some kind of way about it. And so anyway, she is asked him, you know, did he want her to come there and clean the house? And I don't blame Hazel for asking him that because it was a bit untidy. And he said that it was clean up in there. And I'm just like, it's not. So anyway, you know, we'll find out. I'm sure that it's going to get better and better and better. And, you know, it just is what it is. The next couple that I want to talk about is Andrew and Amara. Andrew is it is a daycare provider who dresses up in costumes to entertain the kids. He said that he never thought that he would be in the daycare business, but he believes that a man's influence on children is important. And so I liked Andrew from the giddy up. Now, I'm probably going to end up changing my mind after a while, but I did like him. I do, you know, he's running this daycare center with his mother. He said he works 13, 14-hour days. And so he doesn't have an opportunity to really, you know, get out there and start like really seriously dating anybody. And so he met Amara and everything. And we see Amara. Amara lives in France. And she said that, basically she lives in France, but she doesn't believe that that's where she belongs because she's half France and half Egyptian. And so she decided that she needed to come to the United States in order to fucking fit in. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, that just doesn't make sense. That was an idiotic statement for her to make, because what the hell does she believe makes her qualified or is going to make her find herself when she's not half American or half American? Like, I didn't understand her dumbass comment about that. Just say that you want to live in the United States, and so you sought out a man who lived in the United States. It seemed like the two of them allegedly have been dating each other for 2 years. They met in Vegas. She wanted to come here, so they met in Vegas. And he said when she walked up, she was a supermodel, and so he proposed to her on the balcony, right? And so I just was like, what the what the hell? So, I think that he's attracted to her by her appearance. She says she's into makeup and all of that kind of stuff. So we know that there's a high probability that she's one of them materialistic type girls. So I don't know what she saw in him, but she seems to say, over and over again that she loves him. He has decided, because of the coronavirus, she was supposed to come over here. So she got her K1 visa, right? And then the coronavirus hit. And so she says that Trump shut down the borders and everything for people to come in internationally. So he out there searching on the internet found some kind of, hodgepodgey ass Facebook group of people who are doing the K1 visa. They're flying into Mexico, staying there for 14 days, quarantining, and then coming into the United States from the border, bitch. But I thought we had a wall. I mean, what happened to the wall? So anyway, he has made a decision that this is what the two of them going to do, because her visa is going to run out. So he is doing that damn scheme where he's trying to get her in through the damn back door. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on really with this? Like, what? So anyway, she doesn't really want to do this, but this is what she's doing. So we see her have a conversation with her father, and her father isn't really feeling Andrew's ass. It appears that Andrew, according to what she is saying, has been giving her an ultimatum and saying, look, if you don't bring your ass to Cancun or to Mexico and do what I tell you to do, I'm never going to forgive you for this. And so she's like, her father was like, I don't like his ass. I really never liked him. He just doesn't appear to be a good guy. And if what she is saying is true, he isn't a good guy, because this is just not how you handle a situation by trying to, skirt behind the back door. I mean, I don't know how how this is going to work out for them. But I mean, again, he was sitting down talking to his sister and trying to make it seem like, he was this good guy, and possibly, she doesn't want to have kids. And, first she said she wanted to have kids, and she said she didn't want to have kids. And so, he really wants, the sister is advising him that he needs to really put that on the line and make that, one of his negotiables or non-negotiables with her. And I'm saying, the way that she was talking, he appears to be, the way her and her dad was having a conversation about him, they made it appear that, in my opinion, that he's abusive verbally to her. She's gone over there a couple of times and she's been with him, and the father indicated that all she does is cry. And, she gets upset, and you could tell when she was fumbling around with the ring that ain't really the way that it appears to be between the two of them. So even though I liked Andrew, based on, him taking care of kids and, being that little superhero in their lives and dressing up and all of that kind of stuff. It appears, in my opinion, from what they were saying, that he has a dark side to his ass, a very controlling side to him. And even the fact that he will go and try to do this little scheme, this little posse travel scheme, something is the hell up with Andrew. So the jury is still out on his ass. And the jury is out on Amara too, because, for her, the reason why she gave to come to America was just some BS. But anyway, we'll see what really happens between this particular couple. The next couple that I want to talk about is Brandon and that damn Julia. Like, I just don't understand what the hell is happening with Brandon. Brandon gets up early in the morning, has some Starbucks, with her favorite tea in it and a couple of croissants and, like that. And so she's elated and everything that, he's waking her up. She had a good opportunity to be with him and his parents. And his parents. Like, his parents are, they're the story, bitch. It's not Andrew and Julia. The parents are the story in this. Like, do y'all agree? Let me know down in the comments section. The parents are the storyline. Brandon can just sit there and breathe while his mom and his daddy do everything else. Because mama has everything planned out to a T. When he wakes her up with her favorite cup of coffee, she ain't even had a chance to shower and shave. He sits up there and tells her she got 3.5 minutes to get ready to go out and tour Washington, D.C. Now, I am a native Washingtonian, bitch. And let me tell you something. If you've never been here, these monuments are not back to back, side to side, bitch. You got a whole bunch of sidewalk and curb that your ass gonna have to walk through in order to get from the monument to the Jefferson Memorial to the Capitol. Bitch, you walking all day, and we're not even talking about the inside, a National Gallery of Art, Smithsonian Institution, and all of that kind of stuff. So why the mother will cram all of this stuff into one daggone day? Like, the mother is being absolutely unreasonable. But so is his bitch ass, because he needs to grow the hell up. He tells her, you got 3.5 minutes to get ready because you are already late. I went to Starbucks. I didn't wake you up before I went to Starbucks so you could have more time to get yourself together. I went to Starbucks and wake you up and tell you got 3.5 minutes to get ready in order to, do what mom and dad have on the itinerary. Now, she, is like, hold up, can't we just stay here? Can we spend time together? And he's like, no, we can't stay here. We can't spend time together because mama got an agenda. And he's like, I just need you to be patient and deal with them for one day. She said, bitch, how in the world am I going to be patient and be with them for one day when I'm going to be living with them out on the damn farm? I'm going to have to deal with them. He said, yeah, you're going to have to deal. He is such a little wimpy ass piece of. So anyway, she gets up and she gets ready. They meet them downstairs and everything. And the mother is, feeling some kind of way because the mother is like, we're behind time. And, we were supposed to be on this particular schedule. But mama, you don't make a damn plan for nobody. Like, for real. I mean, like, they can't fruck up in your daggone house. So when they gonna fruck? Okay, so at this point, you're going to have the two of them be together for upwards of 90 days without frucking. And So anyway, the mother, has made this itinerary. They go to, the monument, and she's, wants her selfie stick because she wants to take these pictures. She says that, she wants to show off for them and say, I'm in America, ha, 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 where you are. So I'm wondering whether or not her goal is really Brandon or is her goal really America? Is her goal really a green card? Is her goal to get over here and just, live that life and ha and kiki to all of her other friends who are in, still in Russia. And so, she's like a show off and she wants to, take all these pictures. Now, remember, she's an ex-stripper, okay, a pole dancer, whatever the hell you want to call it. She could be your private dancer, all right? Okay. So, she's taking all these selfies and the mother and father, the mother's irritated. The father's like, let her live her life. Let her take her pictures. And so the mother was like, did you see she got a third arm? Whatever, mother. And so, the father says, we're going to go and get a hamburger. This is what you like. And it gives him, an opportunity to sit and talk to his mother because Julia has been putting pressure on Brandon to talk to the mother about the living arrangement. She said if them being sleeping in separate rooms is not going to prevent them from having sex or getting pregnant. And she is absolutely correct. She's like, maybe we should live under the same roof. You know what I mean? So I need you to go and talk to your mother because I need to be sleeping in the bed with you. So, of course, he has that conversation with his mother, and his mother is pissed. She is pissed because she was like, I thought the bitch said that she was fine with what I said about the living arrangements. Now I see that she's not. So now I see that she's two-faced. I got a kind of attitude with her. But she told her son, she said, let me tell you something. Damn it, I told you you're not going to sleep with her. You seemed as at first you was acting like you was all in it, and now you said you not. And so he was like, well, Mom, I said it to be agreeable, but really I don't understand your thinking about it. And the mother was like, I don't give a good rat's ass whether you agree with it or not. Y'all not sleeping under the same roof. First of all, I don't want to smell it, and I don't want to hear it, okay? The mother was like, I'm uncomfortable with even thinking that you're doing it under my roof being single. And I really don't even want you to do it while you marry. I don't want to hear it. I can't imagine it's going to make my skin crawl. I'm going to be earling all over the place, okay? It's just nauseous to even think about my son getting it in and getting busy and making a whole bunch of noise. Now, me and your daddy, we do it, very quietly. And we're in private and we go out in the back, you know what I'm saying, with a pigsty and all of that is to do it so that you don't hear it. And I need you to have that same respect level when it comes down to me. I need you to go out there in the chicken coop, bitch, because I don't want to hear it. Okay? All righty. So I see somebody say in the barn. Exactly. The mother said, I don't want it. Just the very thought of it is just making my goddamn skin crawl. And so and so he's like sitting there and everything, but he has to now tell Julia. So we see them down at the monument for the soldiers and everything, and they come back, and the father is really jolly and all of that kind of stuff. But like I said the last time, I believe he's the one who really brings the hammer down. So, they ask her, is she having a great time? And she's like, yes. And the mother was like, all right, then, we can ready to go to the Jefferson Memorial. We're going to the Abraham Lincoln. We're going to see Martin Luther King statue, bitch. We're going all over. And he was like, no, mama, not this time. Boy, when he told his mother that he had made reservations for them to do something different, the mother looked like her head spent around 50 times, bitch, and that she was just, their tongue was just hanging out, and she was grabbing stuff like a fuck. Let me tell you something. The mother almost kirked out. She almost whooped his ass down there on down at the tombs of the soldier. Let me tell you, honey, the mother looked like she was about to kirk out, didn't she, y'all? Put a one in the comments if you thought that the mother was about to backslap the book about him. I said, you know what, mama, you got to calm down. Like, you don't run stuff. So the mother said, well, I guess we'll just eat alone. And so the father was like, that's cool. I see all of them ones. Yes, the mother looked like she's about to kirk out on that ass and wear her out, okay, and him. And she was sitting back there, Julia was sitting back there holding her breath. But I got a feeling, honey, that Julia and the mama is going to be up on each other's throat. And I don't know who gonna win, who gonna drag who. But I'm going to tell you right now, thank you for them ones in the comment section. Because I just was like, I'm telling you, it's going to be on like popcorn between these two women. Because they just already not getting along. It's a whole lot of, undercurrent, animosity and disrespect, that's kind of going on between the two of them. And I'm telling you, it's eventually, bitch, it's going to go down. So, so anyway, he decides that he's going to go out with her. And the mother, even though she don't like it, and it threw a monkey wrench, she went on with it because Papa Sam was like, it's okay, cool. So, he has dinner with her and everything. And during this dinner, she has made a decision, to have this last conversation with him about living with the parents. And he tells her that they're going to be with the parents because he was faking. He was a wannabe rich boy. Okay. He really didn't have a whole lot of money. He was living, this fabulous life, flying her from here to there and all of this off of a credit card. And now he's in debt and he can't keep up his end of the and bargain. And so she's like, you mean to tell me that you don't have no damn money for us to move out? Because she was telling him that they needed to move out and be together or she was going to, go back to Russia. And so, he was like, well, I mean, if you're going to go back, you're going to have to go back because look, I ain't got no money. We're gonna be with my parents for a while. And so, she's like, this happened to me. I've been through this before, so I can relate to this. But this some bullshit. You got me up over here and you don't have money. You have not thought about our future. And that means that we've got to stay on this damn farmland much longer than I had anticipated staying in. So, she's now kind of, catching on that this mofo isn't everything that he says that he is. But guess what, bitch? Your ass is there now. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Her ass is there now. And it just is what it is. Now, she can go on back to Russia and kiki and call it a vacation all she wants to. I mean, she can do that. But I'm just like, girl, Julia, I'm telling you, honey, there's plenty of strip clubs around the metropolitan area that you can work in and you can, get you a good little hustle on. Because I'm going to tell you right now, honey, you ran up against the dud. This ain't got no money and he's broke back and you're going to be on that farm tilling, soil and feeding the cows and the chickens and the horses and some more, okay? And then mama is going to be in your business every step of the way because at this point, mama got it out for your ass because you talked to her son about them living conditions again and she thought that she had already checkmate your ass on that situation. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, so what couples have I gone through? So I've gone through Andrew. I've gone through Jovi and Yara. We have gone through Brandon and Julia. Who else did we see on the show this week? Um, we didn't see Rebecca. Who else did we see on the show this week? We saw Natalie and Mike, but I thought that there was another couple that I'm missing. It's gotta be another couple, y'all. Okay, let me put my glasses on. Is it Mike and Natalie only, y'all? Is it just yes, Tariq. I already talked about Tariq. I talked about Tariq and Hazel. I've already done them, y'all. So yeah, that means you all came in last. Yeah, I've talked about Tariq and Hazel. So it's Natalie. I'm just going fast then. Okay. So the last couple that I want to talk about is Natalie and is Mike and Natalie. So of course they, he pulled out all the stops, put her in a nice Airbnb um for the night, and now reality is hit. It is time now for Natalie's ass to get to the farm. But before then, she wants to take 20 hours, right until the last second of checkout to look at the view and all of that. Mike can't get her out of there with, okay? He is trying to pull her ass out of there like the Apollo bitch. But she is, just trying to bask in that because she really doesn't want to be where the real life is. And so he decides that he's going to take her to a nice little place and they're going to have lunch and everything. And guess who shows up? Thrown the hell out Uncle Beau. When Uncle Beau came through the restaurant, like my heart just skipped a beat for Uncle Beau. Like I didn't know that, that Uncle Beau's mouth was, jacked up like that. But I mean, I knew it was jacked up, but when he really got to drinking and got to, laughing and kikiing like that, trying to keep himself from crying, like Uncle Beau's mouth is fucked up. So anyway, Mike comes in, they go into the restaurant, and Uncle Beau comes in and he's just looking like he just got off of a Harley bitch and he been on the road for a long time, like 20 days and 20 nights, like he ain't washed his ass or anything. And when him and Mike embrace one another, you can see the love between him and Uncle Beau. Like he loves Uncle Beau, and I'm sure that he respects the fact that I mean, regrets that he put Uncle Beau out like that. Like, he shouldn't have put Uncle Beau out that damn house. Like, I'm really feeling some kind of way about him. Now, I know that he wanted Natalie crazy ass to be comfortable. But I don't give a damn what it is that Mike does. Natalie is never gonna be satisfied because this bitch, when she was living in her place with her mother, bitch, they were in an apartment, and now here she's coming to a whole house, and she's got the nerve to be criticizing it and stuff. Like she's just a negative person. This bitch talked about not having her engagement ring 10 times. Bitch, I counted, okay? It was like 9, 10 times that she mentioned that she did not get the ring back. Bitch, you sat at that airport and embarrassed that man, took that, sat there at that your mama house, threw that ring in that daggone suitcase, told him you didn't want the ring anymore. And now here it is. You're over here in America, and the only thing you can talk about is I'm insecure without my ring. Well, bitch, you should have thought about that before you took the ring off your finger and threw it in there. Mike has no obligation to give you that goddamn ring back. So shut the hell up about the ring. 10 times, well, I don't have the ring on. The waiter comes to the table. Can you see? I don't have a ring on. Okay, the three blind mice is running up underneath the table of that little greasy ass diner, and you're talking about you don't have the ring on. Bitch, I hope Mike never gives you the ring back. First of all, you don't get Mike, push Mike up against a corner and back his ass up against the wall. Now, he is a grown ass man, but he's doing this to try to make you comfortable because you're so uncomfortable about stuff. Even last week when he gave you some damn flowers and you was taking the flowers and slinging the flowers all around, hoping that the petals was going to fall off it because you didn't like them because they was purple. What ungracious ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? You just, oh my God, like, excuse me for all the profanity, but she just really just draws that and brings that out of my ass. So Uncle Beau comes into the thing. She says that she like, Uncle Beau had and everything. He takes that jacket and everything off like he's on the runway. And Uncle Beau, they bring Uncle Beau a drink as soon as his ass gets up in there, right? And so she asks Uncle Beau, how many drinks you gonna drink with your meal? And Uncle Beau said as many drinks as they bring over this. I'm good and grown, bitch. I'm 50-some years old. You don't tell me how much that I need to drink, and why the fuck are you worried about it anyway? Bitch, you done got me thrown up out the house. But Uncle Beau, in support of Mike, is still sitting there saying that he support them and it's okay. She asks Uncle Beau where's he staying at. What the fuck do you mean? Uncle Beau ain't tell her nothing. He dropped his head down. Uncle Beau don't want to be where he is. He want to be with Mike in the barn, bitch. And he's not going to do anything to her. She gonna sit there and try to act like she care about Uncle Beau. She don't give a damn about Uncle Beau. She even said at the end, after she asked him all these questions and tried to act like she was so concerned about Uncle Beau, she said, the bitch ain't coming back and living in the house with me. Don't be doing Uncle Beau like that. Like, don't y'all feel like fighting? Put a fist in the comment, a fist or a hand smack, a hand that look like you smacking a bitch if you agree with me. There's no reason in the world why Uncle Beau should have been getting like kaya, like kaya. Like how in the hell you gonna do that to Uncle Beau? Mike, I mean, your bitch ass, daggone well, you don't even want her there. There's no chemistry between the two of them. Like, there's no chemistry between Mike and Natalie. They just going through the process. I don't know if they needed to check, if they need the fame or whatever. Then this dizzy bitch is always sitting up there looking around like, so we used to boss. So so what is she? So what is the claim? It's so. I can't stand Natalie's ass. I don't even think Natalie likes Natalie. So, basically, Mike he's getting a good kiki out of Uncle Beau. Uncle Beau tells him that he supports this, the situation and all of that kind of stuff. And so now they're on the road. They're on the road and they're going to the house. And so Natalie, of course, is laying in the car and, she's up against the window, sleep like this, you know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, she's over here and she's leaning on Mike and, Mike is trying to drive and the bitch all up on him like that, right? And so Mike is like, Natalie, and the next thing you know, her head is all the way down. She acting like she's so fucking tired. And she just leaning all up and he like, Natalie, get the... so much, Alan 508 for the 4.99 super chat. Great review, Auntie Nellie has the same effect on me. Okay, all right. So he elbowing there. Damn, damn it, sit your ass up. So, she sits up and everything, and there's snow outside, and she's, because he's backing up and whirling that big old 4x4, okay, them big old tires, one of them monster tires and stuff, all up on the snow. Go, Michael. Back this bitch up, Michael. Zoom, zoom, zoom. So anyway, she, is doing all of that and everything. So they go into the house and he has what you call a mudroom. A mudroom is a mudroom. A mudroom is a mudroom. It's not the cream of the crop. It's not the neatest place in the house. I wish I had one. I don't have one. But it's a mudroom. And so now she's judging it. But this is the same bitch that was living in an apartment in the heart of the ghetto. This is the same bitch that when he walked out of the apartment, she was scared to death and went out and was running out behind him. Like, are you serious? So you got the nerve to say you don't want to be in the countryside with the lions, tigers, and bears. Oh, my. And you're criticizing somebody's house that got a mudroom when his mudroom look like it's as big as you and your mother's apartment. Your grown ass was still living with your mother, remember? You ain't got a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, and an Uncle Beau by your side, bitch. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to reap everything. Till you do right by Uncle Beau, you're going to reap everything. I'm color purple in your ass. Till you do right by Uncle Beau, everything you touch is going to fail. Everything that you even think that you can do with your hands, bitch, you're going to have to do it with your toes. And every time you go to the bathroom, you're going to have to scrape the... Bitch. So anyway, she goes in and everything. She talks about how cold it is. And Micah's like, well, I'll be damned. I thought it was cold in the Ukraine. She should be used to this. She goes and sits on the chair. She's all goofy and everything. She says, where can I go? He said, go anywhere you want to go. This is my house, you dumb bitch. You came over here. This is what you wanted, isn't it? No, Mike, that's not what she wants. She wants a fucking ring on. She said that she's embarrassed and she's humiliated because she keeps saying that she's a fiance to everybody. And this is why she's here in America, because she's a fiance, but she doesn't have a ring on. But this is the same fucking ring she took and threw in the back. She didn't even have the decency to hand him the ring in his hand. And then she gets to America and make Mike throw Uncle Beau out. Yes, I'm going to keep talking about Uncle Beau. So anyway, she's sitting there on the chair and the cat comes over. That's the love of his life. We all of us that got pets, we love our fucking pets and don't fuck with our pets. Bitch, don't talk bad about it if the pet on the floor or whatever and we clean it up. Don't you say a damn thing about it, because those are our pets and don't fuck with our pets. So, she doesn't want the cat comes over and, she don't like the cat. So she get up and run to the next room. Why is this so cold? Why is it so cold in here? He said, because it's snow outside. But Mike, the house did look kind of cold. And it just looked drab and dingy. Like, I know that was a place where you and Uncle Beau hung out. But I don't know why y'all men don't fix your houses up. Like, the kitchen was clean and everything. But fix that up so it's comfortable enough for a woman to be in it. Now, I know it's not going to have woman touches on it. But at least step your game up a little bit. At least spray some spray around. That joint did look a little old and dusty with the little, throws up on the back of the chair and everything. It looked like grandmama and granddaddy house. Like, fix that up, okay? Thank you, Linda Hernandez, for the $4.99 super chat. The cat can smell a rat. Okay. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much, Embassy, for the $4.99 super chat. Drab, but not a fab house. Love you, Auntie. Love you too, Amber. Thank you, Boo, for the super chat. Okay. These men need to step their games up for women. Like, I cannot imagine, like, Like, I would have a problem going into Mike's house too, and Mike would have to have some kind of stipend for a bitch to fix the house up. Ding. All right. So anyway, she's in the house and she's complaining. She's telling the producers that it's too cold for her there. It's not comfortable. The ceilings are short and all that kind of stuff. And so she's just complaining about everything. And again, as I said, there is nothing that Mike can do that will ever satisfy her, because she's just one of those type of people who is just absolutely pessimistic about everything, does not bring any hope or joy to a bitch's life whatsoever. She's not happy with herself. She doesn't have a whole lot of money. Mike doesn't have a whole lot of money. Her mother don't have a whole lot of money. And so, she's just a miserable bitch. And now she wants a ring back. I just, I feel sorry for Mike, because Mike is going to be a miserable mofo. But again, Mike is going to have to pay a price for putting Uncle Beau out too. And until he do right, you know what I'm saying, nothing's going to come good to him, because Uncle Beau needs to be back in that barn or in the bedroom or whatever, because Uncle Beau was like devastated and I was crying, bitch, and I don't like to cry. But anyway, that is the end of my review of 90 Day Fiancé, season 8, episode 3. I love you all to pieces. And if I don't talk to you again this week, have a Merry, Merry Christmas. And we will talk to each other real soon. Love y'all. Happy holidays. Bye, y'all.